Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to make these awesome leather cuffs using some cut up denim. My husband brought these pair of jeans down last night to put in the Goodwill donation box, and instead I cut them up and made some jewelry. So you need some jeans. You're going to need a variety of different kinds of lace, whatever you have on hand, a little E6000 glue, a hot glue gun, and then whatever doodads, if you want to add beads or bling or buttons, it's completely up to you. So it's going to be super fun. I'm super excited about it. And let me just tell you at the very beginning, okay, I'm going to give away 2 of these bracelets. And to get your name in the drawing, all you need to do is sprinkle this video to your Facebook page. Today is June 30th, 2021. I'll be pulling the names the 1st of July, 2021. So if you're watching this now, sprinkle it and I'll put your name in my hat and maybe you will receive one of these beautiful bracelets. If you're watching this later on replay, then obviously I will have already given them away. But anyways, I'm so excited. I can't believe how cute it turned out. So if you're watching on Facebook, as you hop on, say hello. I'd love to know that you're watching. Feel free to ask questions. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle if you would like. And yeah, you're gonna just be amazed at how simple this project is. Okay, so this is the one that I made earlier this morning, and this one's gonna stay here, and it's gonna be mine because I love it. Absolutely love it. What do you guys think? I think this lighter color leather looks better on me. It's not, it doesn't look as chunky or something. I don't know what the right word is to say. I'll just lay this down right here. Okay, so what inspired me to do this project today, like I said, was my husband brought down some jeans that he was gonna put in our pile in the garage to go to Goodwill. Well, that made me remember that time, I can't even remember when it was, 6 months ago or longer, when he brought down another pair of jeans that I quickly tore up, and we made this adorable, I love it, jean and lace rolled rosette necklace. So what do you guys think? Isn't it pretty? This is mine also. I'll dig out the video and I'll put it in the comments. I'll have to get the link to it. And it may take a little digging, but look for that here in the comments if you think you want to make one of these necklaces. Okay, so to make the bracelets, the cuffs, the leather cuffs, what you're going to start with are some of these. And these are from Hobby Lobby. I happened to get these when they were on a huge sale. They were 99 cents. The normal price is $3.99, which isn't bad. It makes it $2 per cuff. A couple things I want to point out about this. Okay, they have different sizes. So if you have a large wrist or you're making it for somebody with a large wrist, be sure that you purchase the size right here that says large. On the other hand, if you're making this for a tween or a teeny bopper or somebody really petite, maybe you're that petite person, lucky you, that's not me, then you might want to get a small. I'm using the medium because that seemed to just be middle of the road. Oh, I have a troll. Okay, well, if somebody will report them, I will take care of that as soon as I get off. Okay, so you need the leather cuffs, and they also come in a variety of colors. They have a really dark one, which I don't have any of those right now. They have this medium tone, and then they have the lighter tone. So here's the medium and here's the lighter. And just get what appeals to you the most. When you get them, And I'm sure you can order something like this on Amazon. Absolutely positive. You can probably pick up something like this also at another craft store. Mine just came from Hobby Lobby, and if you're wondering where, they were in the jewelry section. There's just a little spot on the shelf where they have leather working things, like to make belts and that kind of thing. And that's where they were, at the back of the store in the jewelry section at my Hobby Lobby. Okay, so when you get these bracelets, what does this say? Made in Mexico. They are gonna be stiff as all get out. You're gonna think this is not gonna, I mean, look, it doesn't naturally curve or anything. And what you're gonna wanna do before you start working on it is just work the leather a little bit. So I worked it that way, and now I'm gonna work it this way. So I'm just kind of bending it back and forth gently so I don't bend a big crease into it. And if you just do a little bit of that, they soften up really nice. Over here, I have one that I made, gosh, a long time ago, and I kept this one for myself. And back then I gave the other ones away. This one I stenciled with, guess what? The Victorian pattern stencil from Magnolia Design Company, and some white ink. And then I put this little doodad over the clasp. And I kept this one, and I've worn it a ton. It's so cute. Let me show you what it looks like. So there's all different kinds of things that you can do with these leather cuffs. Isn't that pretty? If you guys have never seen these before, you should check them out because they are really a nice start. Anyways, but what I wanted to tell you is they get quickly formed to the shape of your wrist, and they don't feel hard or anything. Okay, so we've got, I'm going to show you the two that I made real up close, and then I'm going to get out my glue gun and we're going to get started. Okay. So this is the one that I had on that's going to be mine. It goes perfectly with this necklace, although I don't know that I would wear them together because that seems a little bit matchy-matchy, but I know I'll wear this cuff a ton. Okay, and then also I made this simpler one with a darker colored band, and this is going to be one of the ones that we give away. If I can get it on here so you can see. I mean, these are so awesome. They're so different. Yeah. Okay, so those are the two that I've made already. We're going to make two more. Okay, so when you get your jeans, whether they're yours or somebody else's or from a thrift store, the first thing you're going to want to, I'm saving the back pockets for a future craft, and I'm also saving the hem around the bottom for a future craft. So what you're gonna wanna do is cut in somewhere in the leg, and then we're gonna tear these, okay? So I'm just going to, and you wanna tear them pretty thin, not super wide, and I'll show you why. So I just take a little snip, and then I'm just gonna tear it all the way up to the inseam. Oh, and I need a couple pieces. And then I need a couple pieces to be gluing on. So let's take a big chunk right here. I don't know which pieces we'll use, but okay. Oops. And you're gonna have strings everywhere, but that's good. You want to fray your pieces. So this is what we're going to use to make a rolled rosette. I'll show you this first, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with two different kinds of lace. And then we'll put some things together. So pull out all your strings, and you'll get these nice frayed edges. You can fray them even more if you want. Personally, I like them very frayed, so I'm going to pull out some more strings. Okay, this can go in the garbage unless you want to save it for some other project. this will probably make more than one rosette. Okay, we're working on a cake board today. And I'm going to put my camera a little bit closer in just a minute. But I want to show you from a distance the start. Okay, I liked it when I put 3 rosettes in a row, all on the same piece of denim. And so let's use this piece right here. We're going to put our center flower about right here. And if you've never made rosettes, oh my word, I have done that many times here at DiyDreaming. They're one of my favorite flowers to do. They're great to do with burlap, to ribbon, to painter's drop cloth, canvas. Oh, there's so many things that you can do with this rolled rosette. And they always start, no matter what you're using, with a knot at one end, because this is going to be the center of your flower. Share, but okay, yes, somebody's asking here on Facebook how to share this video. And if you just look at the bottom of your screen, there should be a little button that says share, and you just click that and then follow the prompts, and you don't even have to write anything about it if you don't want to, but you could say, this is a really cool tutorial that I wanted to share with you or something. I don't know. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to put a blob, and I'm using this piece because I know that the ones on the side will be smaller, so don't worry about the shape of it. It'll work. I'm going to put a blob in the center. We're creating our center rosette. And I am using my low temperature hot glue gun. Do you guys get sick of me saying that? I mean, I've already got it on my thumb because it hurts to get hot glue on your fingers. This is nothing fancy. It's just, if you're new, it's a Surebonder Cool Shot. And I actually do use the specific glue for that. Okay, so once you get your center of your rosette, that knot, stuck on your piece of fabric, the backing, then what you're going to do is you're going to kind of fold your denim in half. Let's see, how can I show this to you? You're going to fold, whoops, where am I? Fold it in half, and then you're going to be twirling it, and you're going to go around your center. So, let me see what I can do here, if I can come closer and come down a little bit. Oops. Uh-oh, I did something. Okay. Hopefully this will be a little bit better. Let's see. I really want you to be able to see my hands. Okay, so I'm folding my denim in half, and then I'm going to put a band of glue close in around the side of my center. And I'm folding this in half, and I'm twirling and twisting it. And that sounds complicated, but it's really not. And I'm pushing it into the glue. And you want, ideally, to have a combination of whatever the fabric is and the fringy stuff showing. So do the same thing, put some more glue around the edge of your rosette, fold your denim, and do a twirly-do and a twist, and push it into the glue. Don't worry about the glue strings. Okay, so I'm going to put another band of glue around it, and I'm folding it in half, and I'm twirling it and twisting it around. And I think it looks better for the center one if it's a little bit bigger than the width of the cuff. These things you figure out as you're going along. This one was the actual first that I made, and I feel like it might need a little something more, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. We might add to this one, but this one is the one that's going to stay with me. And you notice that the center rosette is a little bit bigger than the width of the bracelet, but it's personal preference, whatever you like. That's just what I think looks good. So fold it, twirl it, twirly do it, whatever you want to say that is. I'm going to keep going just a little bit more. You'll get the hang of this real quick, and you'll see that this is one of those crafts where the messier you are, the better. I'm serious. See, I'm going to do just a little bit further up the top, even though I'm almost out of room. Make another glue stick. This would be a super fun project if you have teens, for them to do, and they could decide what kind of fabric they want to use. It can be anything. And also, if you have some fashionistas in your family or people, this kind of a little bit reminds me of that style called boho chic, which is really not me, but I mean, it's so cute. I love both of these pieces of jewelry, my bracelet and my necklace. Okay, so I've got it rolled around as many times as I want, and I'm gonna snip my tail, but I'm leaving a little bit on it. Can you see that? We'll come back to that. Okay, now we're gonna have to really squeeze to get something in over here. And let's do it with lace. All right, this is the official, these are the official last bits of this lace that came from Walmart. I love so much. I've used it a ton, but my store does not carry it anymore, and I'm thinking that yours probably does not either. There's nothing magic about this though. You can use anything different. Like I did some with this, and it was just fine because this is way too wide. We're gonna be cutting it in half anyways. I just like the color. So you could do your little lace bits with a creamy ivory colored lace, or if you want with a white lace. All right, we always start with what? We start with a knot. You want to pull it pretty tight. Okay, and then I'm going to cut all this end off of it. And I'm going to put my glue right here. Stick our little center in. See, it's right next door to the bigger one, all on the same piece of backing. Your backing can be a piece of denim. It could be a piece of felt. It could really be whatever you want. Hey Dixie, how are you doing? Hi Teresa. Yeah. So if you've been following DIY Dreaming for any length of time at all, you know that about, every 3 or 4 times I go live, I make flowers. This Facebook page and my YouTube channel are mostly either family or faith or flowers. Lots of flowers, but flowers are so much fun. So I hope you guys like them too. Okay, and I'm gonna have to really squeeze to get it in between this little spot next to my bigger center flower. And don't worry, if you're going off the side, you can glue it to the side of, see, I'm going off the end of it. You can glue it to the side as well. I'm gonna go just a little bit further, and then I'm gonna say big enough. So you fold it, you twirl it, and you twist it around the center. And I think that's about perfect. So I'm just gonna leave that tail long for a minute, and let's make another one. I'm so bummed that my Walmart doesn't carry this lace anymore. I I know there's nothing particularly special about it. It's just, I've used it so much, I'm very attached to it. Trying to get a knot here. And I don't want my knot to be super gigantic because I don't have a ton of room. Okay, let's cut this little bit off right here. And we're gonna put a blob on the other side of our center. And we're gonna stick our little rosette in there. And you'll figure out which way you like to twirl and twist it around the center. For me, I like to go clockwise. But you know, do whatever feels like you have the most control and is the most comfortable for you. So you put a little band of your glue right next to the rosette. And I'm gonna have some little bits that I need to trim. No worries. It wouldn't be that way except this lace is cut in the center. So it might be better if you just bought a lace that's about this wide, that you didn't have to cut. Okay, I'm looking to see, are they about the same size? I think this one needs to be just a smidge bigger. Okay, let's trim our tails just a little bit on the lace. And then the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna be looking all the way around your flowers to see, are there areas where you need to add some glue? And yes, I see that. And I want to glue this center one to the side pieces. So, I'm just putting some glue there. And looking around. Just add a little glue in here. All right, and then we're gonna trim this, the backing off around the flowers. Try not to trim the fringe off of the denim bits, because that's what gives it some interest. And also try not to trim off the ends of your fingers. Some people cut either their denim or whatever it is that they're doing the rosette with, they cut it right off when they end and they just kind of smush it into the flower. And I do that sometimes too. But you can also take just a little bit of the tail and kind of wrap it behind the flower, and that's a good way to end it as well. And for the lace part, you do want to get as much of the denim clipped off as you can. This is what the back of it looks like. And here's the front. And we are just going to fold this one I might be able to just tuck it in here. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to fold my denim over the back and glue it down just a little bit. Let me see. I think I'm going to just try to cram it in there and glue it in that crack, since I ended it right in the perfect spot. need to get out my little pink finger guards. One of you guys sent me this. I can't remember who it was, but that was so sweet of you. These are the finger guard things that you can get at Dollar Tree. She put it on one of these little pieces of wood, so you can use this to hold something down rather than your finger if you have hot glue that you're working with. Okay, let's trim up some of these little bits that are poking up. We want this to look messy, so you don't have to go overboard clipping every little stray thread, but okay, and I'm going to do this one. I'm going to glue the inside of this, and then I'm going to wrap it the best I can around the back. Can you see it right here? Okay, and then we should have, well, I think that's it pretty much. Just get a few of these little last bits. Okay, and you want this to stay on your leather cuff. So don't use hot glue for this part. You're only using the hot glue for the part where you're assembling the rosettes. I'll put this one on the darker one. And to figure out where the middle is, I put the snap on and then I just folded it in half and I put a teeny drop of hot glue in the center, and then I stuck my center of my rosette on there, and that will just hold it in place while I'm getting started doing my E6000 glue. And I can unfold this now. What do you guys think? Is it cool or what? I'm totally loving it. All right, and I'm going to use one of these handy dandy little spatula things that you can get from magnoliadiy.com, and I'm using E6000. It's a great glue. If you have something that you prefer, like one of these super duper strong glues, you could use that. I just don't think that hot glue is gonna be sufficient. Okay. So we're gonna squish some of it on. And I'm just gonna take my little spatula, just kind of spread it around. And then I'm pushing it into the cuff. And you need to give it a couple of hours to dry thoroughly before you attempt to put it on. Okay, let's do the other side. Ooh, I'm getting low on my E6000. I might have to look in my cabinet and see if I have any more hiding in there. Somebody, it might have been my friend Pat, I can't remember for sure, sent me one of those little things that you put on the end of your glue, like the things that you use on your toothpaste. And I don't know where that is right now. This is the nicest, I think, size to work with, because you can do small projects and you're not going to be fighting the battle that I was always fighting when I used the bigger size ones, of my glue totally gluing itself shut and being impossible to get open. I'm just Spreading my glue around. And pushing it into that. This one's pretty too. Really pretty. And there we go. Isn't it pretty? I'll trim it up nice before I send it out to whoever is going to get it. And if you've just hopped on, we're gonna keep going, but I wanna just tell you a couple things without my head being chopped off. I'm gonna give this bracelet and this one, no, that one's mine, and this one away. And to get your name in my hat for one of these, all you need to do is sprinkle this video to your Facebook page. And then tomorrow morning, July 1st, 2021, I'll randomly select 2 names and I'll pop them in the mail to you that day. I'll let you know who it is also. So if you're watching this live on June 30th, 2021, please sprinkle if you want. If you're watching this later on, you know, a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, just know that I've already done that. And the sprinkle by all means, but know that I've already given these away. But I gave them away on the next day, which was July 1st, 2021. Okay, let's play with the other lace for a minute, actually. So I got 2 different things of lace recently at Hobby Lobby. Where's my other one? It's here on my desk somewhere. Is it underneath this? Oh, here it is. I see it. It's hiding in plain sight. This is one of them, and this works great. Really great. It was at Hobby Lobby, and they had some kind of a deal. I don't remember what it was. This, I believe, is, it's 100% cotton, and I chose that because of that. And then here's the one that I purchased to coordinate with it, also at Hobby Lobby, and it's just a thinner kind of a lace. So let's make a couple of teeny rosettes for either side of this, just to add a little something more to it. So, because I want both of, whoever gets these, I want you both to just absolutely be in love with them. And I feel like this still needs something. Okay, before I came live, I did fiddle around with it, and I made these teeny tiny little lace rosettes. So that could go right here, and I could put one on the other side. What do you guys think about that idea? Do you like that? Or I could make a whole nother one. Here's another lace rosette that I made, a bigger one, before I came live. Thank you for sprinkling, everyone. That helps my page grow, which is ultimately what you want if you have a Facebook page that you're trying to work on. I think I'm gonna do the little ones. They're cute. So let's get a small piece of denim. And I got out some other stuff that I want to show you. I don't remember. I think this one I made with the little, like with this thinner lace. Okay, so what does a rosette always start with? Well, it always starts with a knot. Tie it pretty tight because it's going to be a little flower. And I'm going to put a blob of glue in the center of this piece and stick my little piece of lace in there. I don't know how long it's going to be, but surely not longer than this. Okay, this lace is pretty thin, so it would be hard to really fold it in half. We're just gonna twirl it and twist it around the center. That's what we're gonna do. Get some of this mess out of the way. And I'm gonna put my camera back down. So, do you guys like this project? Give me some hearts, or say yes or love or something to let me know in the comments. I am always trying to switch things up so that we're not doing the same kind of projects day after day. And I just thought, I haven't done any jewelry in a while, that it would be really fun. So I hope you like it. And then my husband happened to bring down the jeans. And I was like, ha ha, that's gonna be my project. So I'm just twirling this and twisting it around. It's really too small to fold it in half. I do wanna push it in as tight as I can though. And look, I've got hot glue on my fingers, which if this was hot glue, that would really hurt. So that's why I almost always say, use a low temperature hot glue gun. There's just no reason. It works just as well as anything else, and there's just no reason to burn yourself crafting. It's supposed to be fun, not painful. Okay, we'll go just a little bit more so I can get it pretty much the same size as the sister one. I think it needs just a smidge bigger, just a half a loop. And I'm going to look around the edges to see, are there any places that I really need to glue it down better. And we're going to cut off this long tail, and then we're going to trim all this denim that's behind it. And if you didn't get on at the very start of this tutorial, just know that you can watch it on replay, because I go over all the basics of it at the start of the video, where everything came from, how much it was, all that jazz. Okay, and I'm going to take this little tail and I'm going to kind of give it a little glue, and I'm going to push it around the corner and glue it down with my little finger thing. Okay, let's trim off this little bit right here. Okay, so we have these two little pieces that are lace, and just for fun, let me just show you what it could look like if you wanted to just do lace. You could put a bigger piece of lace in the center, and then two little rosettes on either side with the lace. I don't know if I'll be able to lift this up without dropping everything, but you could do that. And I think if you were gonna do that, it would look better on one of the darker colored leather cuffs. So they have at Hobby Lobby, if that's where you get these, they have this light color, they have this medium color, and then they have a really dark one, but they didn't have that day that I was shopping. So I think this idea would be prettier on one of the darker ones. And all I have left are these lighter ones. So, and we're using what we have whenever possible. So we're gonna put these little teeny white rosettes on either side of this, and I think that's gonna be really pretty. Okay, now, do I have any more E6000 glue? Shoot. I have everything else in the world that you could ever imagine. Well, we're gonna try to squeeze something out of these two little tubes that are just about empty. And I'm gonna talk to you in just a second, stay with me, about further embellishment. So, don't leave yet, especially if you're planning to make one of these or something along this idea. All right, I'm gonna just push that as close to the little denim rosette that's next door as possible. This is cute. And let's see, what can I get? I would let these dry at least a couple hours before you try to bend them. And if you want to soften the leather, you know, by bending it back and forth, do that before you put the rosettes on. Do that as a thing to get your leather ready before you start this process here. Okay. Let me throw some of this stuff off to the side, and I'm going to show you some of the different things that you can do to further embellish these. Oh my word, I have a giant mess. And I'm also going to lift this up so you're not seeing half of my head. If you're joining late, I'm going to be giving away this bracelet and this one to 2 people who sprinkled this video to their Facebook page, their personal Facebook page. I'll draw those names randomly tomorrow, which is July 1st, 2021. Today is the day that you would need to sprinkle, and today, just so you know, is June 30th, 2021. So if you're watching on replay, I will have already sent these out, and hopefully the recipients will be wearing them with love and enjoying them. So don't, I mean, you can sprinkle, obviously, if you're watching this sometime in the future, but don't be thinking that there's going to be a drawing, you know, the next day. Okay, so I have about 1 million different colors of seed beads because I like to crochet, and I like to crochet these little beads into the things that I make. And this box right here is my blue and red, and mostly I have blue. So you could take some small beads of whatever color you wanted, and you could sprinkle them with a little bit of the E6000 glue, either on your rosettes or like just on your leather bands. You could do a design. So that's one option. You could also do a larger bead if you wanted. Beads are definitely a good option. So that's one possibility. Another possibility is, guess what? Buttons. This is just one thing of many, many, many buttons that I have because I love buttons, especially vintage ones. And I was looking earlier and I found a couple that I thought would be pretty. They had sort of a bluish tone to them. Where did those go? I threw them back in here before I got started. Okay, well, it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to show you the idea. Although, where did they go? Oh, here it is. Oh, no, that's a different color. Here it is. Haha. Okay, so you could also add some buttons in whatever color you wanted to your bracelet projects with some E6000, and you could do, I'm just gonna hold these down, part of my finger. You could do them in a pattern. You could do all kinds of different things. So buttons, these are mother of pearl vintage ones, or if you were using a brighter color or something like that, of course you could do, you know, whatever you have. Use what you have, some fun buttons in whatever color you would like to accentuate. Like, look at this one, isn't this cute? So those are an option too. And then if you're a bling girl, which I'm really not a bling girl, but I do have a bunch of bling. This is from a company called Totally Dazzled. And if you want to look, I'll post my link to my affiliate link to this company in the comments if you want to look. Okay, so you could, instead of doing the, I'm just looking for a perfect one. Instead of doing the center thing with either the rolled rosette or the in lace or denim or fabric, you could do a piece of bling on there. Or you could do some littler blings off to the side. You see that? So there's just so many different things that you could do to make this your own. I think the biggest way to personalize it is by what materials you use. Like if you used some of the ticking, the blue and white stripe ticking or the red and white stripe ticking, that stuff frays up great, and that would be nice. Or if you have a fabric that you love, that's a bright color, that would be great too. So, what do you guys think? Pretty fun, huh? Oh, and by the way, thank you everyone for the stars that sent those. I appreciate that. So, just to review, I will go and dig out the link to the video tutorial that I did on this one, made with denim. And then I'll see if I can find the tutorial for these ones that I made that was even longer ago. This is one of those cute little jelly roll pieces from Walmart. And I did this one, I put it on some white felt. I made this guy at least, I don't know, 2 years ago, something like that. So that shows you an example of using a brighter color. This one I also made, and I put it on some felt as well. And I did the thing around it just by braiding 3 pieces that I pulled, that I tore. And these are also pieces of a jelly roll. So you can see that there are endless possibilities for you to create something that will be 100% unique to you, to whatever your style is, or if you're making it for a gift for somebody, for them, for their style. I'm gonna just take this off and lay it down in case you want to take a screenshot. Of course, it's hooked on both of my earrings and my hair. And I'll fiddle around with my camera so that you can see how these turned out. I'll get good pictures of them, but in case you want to do that. So, if you want to see what I have going on tomorrow and through the weekend and for Christ and Crafting on Sunday, it'll probably be a shorter one because it'll be July 4th. But anyways, if you want to see any of that, do one of these or one of these. That's a heart. How do I show you that? Or say something in the comments or slam some hearts off to the side, something like that. If you have any questions, let me know. I will get pictures of everything and put it in the comments. I'll also get a picture of what these little bracelets, this is the starting piece that you really gotta have. Mine came from Hobby Lobby, so I'll get that for you guys too. And maybe you'll get lucky and get it on a sale. If not, they're about $2 a piece, which is not terrible. Alrighty, I'm gonna let it roll for just a second. Will I please share where you purchased my oyster shells in another video you did? Yes, I will. I purchased those on Amazon and I'm getting ready to set up an affiliate program for myself over Amazon because I get so many questions about some of the different things that I've used for my crafts. But whether I get that done today or this week or not, I will send you the info. I'll put the information on a complete separate post of where the oyster shells came from. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this was a project that we did recently. These are some decoupaged with fabric napkins and gilded. This is an oyster shell, and this is one of those gigantic king scallop shells. So this is what she's asking about. Alrighty. Excuse me. Deborah says she's going shopping. So, to get your name in my hat, just sprinkle this video to your Facebook page.